What is up, everyone? I'm Scratch. Welcome to the channel and welcome to another Etheria restart video. Hope you guys are having an amazing day. Guys, we have the new banner, the new character on the menu. We're gonna try to get her. Now, truth be told, I haven't heard many great things so far about the character, at least from my clanmates, right? So we have the new banner, the Tempest Nocturne, and of course we have Liliam right here. I still want to get her, right? My Mercy is kind of like almost there, 45 more summons, almost halfway through it. I don't have exactly 45, but if needed, I can get more with gems. And we're going to try to take her in for a spin as well, see if she's actually good or not. Before we dive into that, guys, I just want to let you know I am hosting a giveaway where we are going to give away to some of you guys. We're gonna give basically over 30 Apex summons. You see this pack right here is a much better one than the previous one. So you can get 15x Apex summons just from one of these packs. I'm gonna be giving 3 of these away when we reach 1,000 subscribers. If you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, make sure you guys subscribe. Basically, all you gotta do is drop a comment. Let me know which one is your most wanted character or your most favorite character in Etheria Restart at the moment, and you're gonna have a chance to basically earn some Apex summons and maybe get to summon Liliam as well. I'm not super loaded with Lattice at the moment, guys. I only actually have 3 legendary ones, and I'm really not planning to drop them into her for the moment. What I'm hoping to be able to do somehow is to get her up to 6 stars. I might be able to, I might not be able to. We're gonna see once we get to the crafting part. If not, I'm gonna basically drop another video on her probably for tomorrow, assuming that I'll be able to accumulate the resources that I need from different game modes, right? We do have quite a few events that started today. We have the shell story. From here, I'm not gonna be able to get a shadow print, but Cage Rumbles gives actually some pretty good rewards. Again, no shadow prints. But you know what? From somewhere, I'll figure it out. Let's actually dive into the summoning, guys. Hopefully, I'm going to get to save some of these 37 summons because I'm not extremely lucky with my pulls, especially from Apex. But let's crack on it. Wish you guys luck as well if you're summoning. If you're not, let me know in the comments down below. If you pull the character, what's your take on Liliam so far? You think she's great? You think she's not? Are you disappointed with her performance, damage? Because the kid overall sounds pretty damn crazy. The whole thing is, can she actually kill somebody? Can she do enough damage to kill the target? So it will be pretty hard to basically figure that out, especially if you don't have the Lattice invested into her. I think it's definitely going to be a hard job to call it good or bad without investing that into her. But I'm going to wait a little bit. I'll see basically how I'm going to feel about her without the Lattice, because they're so freaking hard to get at the moment. And I really want to get my Tiamat down or somebody else that's pretty important on my account, and I'll decide after what we're doing. So nothing in the first 7. Let's move on to the 10 pops. Maybe we're gonna bring her home early. Please, game. Maybe we're gonna make it happen, or maybe we're gonna get a new SR unit. Let's see. Last time I was talking about vulnerable. I don't know. I felt like I was a bit too tired that day because I completely forgot about vulnerable being in the freaking game on like tons of different units, and I was like, maybe it's a new debuff, right? Hell no, Scratch, you idiot, shut up. It has been in the game for a long time, and you're using those freaking units every single day. We managed to get an SR, which is actually really good. We're gonna check her out after because they haven't really went into details with her kit and stuff. 20 more to go, and maybe the SSR dropping in here. Nope. It might be a Mercy. If it is, c'est la vie, mon ami. We're gonna have to burn some of those gems, because what else can we do, right? Okay, we got another copy of it, Dating, and we got a freaking Victor as well. Shame that Victor is not really useful nowadays. The last 10 pop game. Can you make it without pushing me into Mercy? Like literally 18. Come on. I know you can do it. I know you can do it. God damn it. This game literally wants to take me to the freaking Mercy. I guess we're gonna have to go to the Mercy because there is no other option. We got a Marvel, and I'm gonna literally buy them one by one from here. I'm not sure how many I'll need. Do I need all 8? probably I will need all 8. So 7 more to go. Because there is no better way in doing it anyway. If I purchase 10, I'll basically have to 2 extras that I'm gonna waste in here in a temple. I'll rather keep the gems for something else, which most likely will be summons at some point. I'm not really refilling anymore daily, guys, because I find it pretty pointless. Like, I can use 10k stamina or I can use 1k stamina. I'm still gonna get the same crap, more or less. So I'm just kind of like still holding my actual refills for 2x events. But other than that, I'm not refilling with gems because, yeah, not worth it at the moment. So this should be it, I think, right? Is this the one? Or we need to do another one? Okay, we need to do another one. It's literally at 80. It's literally at 80. Pretty damn painful. Look at that. Literally at 80. Damn it. Let's see. I mean, come on. We know what we're getting now. I feel like I do not like this as much because you know that you're getting her guaranteed in 80, but not being able to summon any other SSR in the process, getting to this. I feel like personally, I'm a filthy degenerate gambler, okay? So that's me. But I feel like there's no hype, no dopamine unless you're pulling her early. If you get to the Mercy, you know exactly what you're getting. So that's kind of like, well, is that it? You know, do we need to do anything else now? But we got Liliam, guys. Should I make like a woohoo, a happy song or something like that? Basically, we're quickly gonna check out her kit. So if we're gonna go over to, let's go straight here. We're gonna pick her up. We're actually gonna give her some levels because I do want to try her out. So we're gonna see how far we can go with her right now. I'm really hoping to have enough Shadow Prince for 6-star, but I really doubt it. I really doubt it. I have everything else that I need. It's just basically that... Oh, I can! Damn, sweet. Sweet. I was not sure that I can pull that off because I've had to use 4 of them already, the 4 stars. And I'm not going to max her. I'm going to take her 45, that's fine. I might use her in dungeons or something that will give her some XP to try her out. If not, I'm just going to level her up at some point. But basically, guys, talking about her skill set, right? So her stats are somewhere decent. The speed is actually pretty good. Now, with the first skill, wields lightning to deal 220% damage to a single enemy and recovers HP equal to 40% of the damage dealt. And she's immune to all control effects, which is actually really solid. Now, if you want to put Lattice into this skill, it can be very nice because also grants immunity to all turn meter effects. So I feel like that's pretty damn important for PvP. You will encounter a lot of characters that manipulate turn meter. So this kind of like makes her a must-have for PvP to get a 5 Lattice into her. I actually do not like that they've locked that behind it, but hey. Then the second skill, time to get serious. Liliam deals 2 hits of 160% damage to a single enemy. For every 1% HP the target has lost, the final damage increases by 0.7. Guaranteed to inflict 1 turn stun on targets with less than 50% HP, and 1 turn stun on all enemies if the target is defeated. So, guaranteed to me means freaking guaranteed. Nothing can stop it except immunity. Immunity should stop this because that's how it works in pretty much every single game. Guaranteed does not mean that it goes through immunity. It doesn't ignore the immunity. But it should not have that 10% chance of getting resisted. And of course, you do not require accuracy for her. So that's what I understand from this guaranteed part. Now we're going to see how that plays out, if it's actually true or not. One thing that I think about the multipliers, increases damage multiplier to 170, increases the HP trigger rate of applying stun to 70%, and increases the damage multiplier, and increases the final damage boost to 1%. Now, I think you can use this one without the Lattice into this skill, because, yeah, it is good to have the multipliers like on any other character, but it's not the most important thing. I would personally... use it maybe for the first skill instead to get that turn meter manipulation immunity. But at the same time, if you cannot do enough damage with this skill, like that stun probably will never happen. Yes, you can always target a squishier character or something like that, and somehow get to activate the stun. But we're gonna take her in for a spin in a second, and then we have the third skill, single damage, which I think is pretty damn good because you're gonna bring your increased attack and increased speed. None can escape the lightning. Liliam gains the increased attack and increased speed and deals 420% damage to a single enemy, increasing the final damage by 35% on targets with more than 60% HP. This hit ignores shields and will seal the target's max HP equal to 50% of the damage dealt. So that to me means kind of like destroys the max HP. So it's basically reducing your max HP, right? I guess that's what it means, the effect in this game, or at least that's what it means to me based off other games that I've played. I think this will need that damage boost to go up. Now, one thing is the multipliers are looking pretty damn good on her. The only thing is she does not have like a crazy passive. So if you're comparing her with a character like Hoyan, for example, right? Let me just quickly find my Hoyan. Where is she hiding? So Hoyan has a multiplier of 450%. But then she has the passive. So on the first hit, she will do the 450%, okay? But then she's going to drop the HP and increases the damage dealt by this attack by 10%. So that will get a bit of a boost too. But then it's the passive that makes her go really crazy after and do crazy damage. If we're talking about Deering, once again, is the passive that makes him to deal crazy damage because his multipliers are 450%. Now, if we're talking about Liliam now, she doesn't have that passive to boost her damage like crazy. But she does have some pretty nice tricks up her sleeve as well, right? Being able to bring her own increased attack, the increased speed is something that I really like. Overall, in some teams, she could potentially shine more. But her kit, to me, in my opinion, is really PvP orientated rather than PvE. I mean, in most of the PvE content, you do need some good AoE damage dealers, have a revelation shell, right, and just drop them down like that. We're talking about Amber Track and all that content. So I'm not really seeing her go crazy in that type of content. But maybe she could do it. So let's actually give her some gear. I'm actually quickly going to throw the gear from my Hoyan on her. But first, I'm just going to gain some additional stats from all of this. As I've mentioned, I will not be investing the lattice into her just yet because I need to decide on which skills first if I want to. But that needs me to do a bit of testing first because lattice is extremely hard to get, especially nowadays. Not all of the events bring it anymore, so it is much harder to get. I think I'm just going to give her the same build that I have on Hoyan. It's not necessarily the craziest build on the account or anything like that, because I definitely need to update a bit the build on my Hoyan, but it should get the job done, at least for what we're doing now. There is really no point in trying to compare them, guys, and that is mainly because my Hoyan has both of the second and third skill maxed, right? But we are close to the full crit rate. We have almost 4k attack, 240 crit damage. As I've mentioned, it's not necessarily the craziest build or anything like that, but it should allow us to get a bit of an idea of what is happening, you know. And we do have, of course, a White Fang. Definitely not the best passives. Let's see if we can actually get something better. I haven't tried to upgrade this in a while, because usually you're just not getting it, you know. So I'm just piling up my currency there, and every now and then I'm leveling up a different one, like building a different shell, or I'm trying for some passives. But this is the pain right here, the passives, man. Come on, give me a freaking mythical attack, man. Oh, wow. I have no more reconfiguration chips. Okay. Forget about it. This is the first time I'm actually running out of them. I never ran out of them. Quickly to talk about her too before we test the new one. Nilu basically Vulnerable on the first skill, 25% chance. Then shadows under the sun often hides unspeakable secrets. Deals Null attacks a single enemy 4 times, dealing 60% damage each time, and healing the ally with the highest attack. That's pretty nice, and increasing their turn meter by 15. Sounds like a pretty good supportive skill. And then we have this one, which puts vulnerable AoE and increased speed on all allies. Actually pretty nice, but where would you necessarily use her? I mean, you could use her to boost the damage on some characters, get that increased speed, but it really depends what other units you're running in your team, because personally, I think it's going to be hard for me to fit her in any of my current teams at the moment, because either I'm running a Tsukiyomi, either I'm running a Lily that already gives me the increased speed, and I can run in a Dyna to give me the defense down and the rest, right? So probably it's going to be tough to fit her in any of my teams at the moment. Let's actually go and dive in Etheria. I haven't even done my formation yet to basically build up all of my units separately. But it's just such an amazing change. And let's see, can we actually one-shot anybody? Hopefully they're not faster, because I'm pretty convinced I still have my PvE builds on my characters at the moment. So you get out, you get out. Let's see, my Marvel, you're missing gear, so we're going to take you out, and we're going to bring some different characters instead. She's immune to slumber, so we do not have to worry about all that. Now, she's not immune to thermometer manipulation, but that is fine. I'm going to bring that. And Klaus, do you have gear? You have some, but you're pretty freaking slow. Tsukiyomi, what about you? Okay, you're a bit faster. Let's use you. Okay, we are faster than the enemy, which is good. So let's give her that. I mean, we can buff with Tsukiyomi. Why not? And now we can use this skill. I'm going to try to basically target his Yelly first and see how this plays out. He already has the increased attack and increased speed, so that's pretty relevant. But we're going to go with the third skill, and let's see. And that was a long animation, but the damage seemed pretty good. We're going to see how good it's going to be on other units with the second skill now. So anyway, she's immune to that slumber. So it doesn't really matter that much. I want to attack a support unit with the second skill and see if she's able to push in some numbers. Because I want to see that stun too. So let's do one of these. Okay, that was just an ally attack. The skill worked pretty well. I'm going to attack that Lily. So she should have pretty high defense, I guess. Okay, that damage was not that great. I'm definitely going to have to attack a couple of different units that might be squishier, just to be able to see a bit how that stun works as well. So if you're targeting a squishy enemy with that skill, you're more or less guaranteed to basically get the job done. Now we have the decreased attack on now. First skill working pretty decent. I'm actually going to let it play on auto, and I'm quickly going to change a couple of builds on some of my characters so we can actually come back in here with a better team. So maybe I'm going to bring in a Nahor, apply the defense down too, and see how that plays out. Bring some control as well. But now she has no debuffs. And when she's going to get her skills on cooldown, like, she should be able to smash that Lily now. Okay, let's see. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. That was good damage on Lily. She wasn't full HP, that Lily. But considering that we have no lattice into her, I think the damage is pretty good. I think it's pretty good. Definitely not too bad. Let's move on to the next opponent. I've quickly changed a couple of builds on my characters. I definitely need to sort out my PvP teams today, because we do have the guild versus guild starting as well. So we can take you out, we can take you out, and actually let's bring in something a bit more interesting to see how we can actually play her around. So let's drop our decreased speed. Damn, that Veronica is jumping in front. That's fine. Okay. I'm actually going to buff you instead. And let's see if we can put a defense down. Okay, so we got to freeze the defense down. Now, right now, I actually want to target somebody a bit more squishy, right? So I'm going to use this skill instead. The only problem is I do not have that increased attack, so maybe it's still better to go with the third skill to get a self buff and move on to the next one after. Plus, we shouldn't be able to kill them, right? Unless the shell does the job. No, we cannot. Okay. Veronica is pretty good because of this unkillable as well. I still need to build mine too, actually. I do love the design of Veronica. I think it's one of the coolest in the entire game. So let's drop the silence. Okay, you're dead. And now we should be able to kill the rest. So let's give them another freeze. Okay, we got resisted on one. That's the 10% chance, right? So guaranteed, when you hear guaranteed, that should not be happening, okay? So that's what I understand from her second skill. Let's see. I actually want to target you right here. You have the increased attack. So W. Okay, you go for Veronica. We got a stun on both of the other ones, which, bang, beautiful. I think if you get a lattice in her, I see no reason why she won't be good in PvP. Now, I am not very high in my tier at the moment, so I'm not really necessarily fighting the most OP teams in the meta, right? Like there are a lot of bruisers out there, which are definitely much harder to kill, in my opinion, than just killing one of the squishier targets. But I feel like with Lattice, with much better build that I currently have on her, because she honestly doesn't have like an amazing build, I think she can definitely do some work. So this guy is probably faster. Let's try to see if we find something a bit different, where we have some more, a couple of tanky characters. So we have a Linglu right here, and we have Tiamat. So it's just perfect, actually, exactly what we were looking for. Let's give it a go versus this team. Let's give it a go versus these teams. So we can run the exact same combo, not a problem. They have no immunity, which is perfect. Now, I do have that defense down from Naho, right? Which does help. I do tend to use him pretty often, especially versus teams like this. I will have to open, of course, with the third skill to get the self buffs. Make sure we have the increased attack. Everybody frozen, defense down. So I'm going to go versus Linglu with the third skill. Can we kill her? No. So I feel like the initial hit was a non-crit. If I've seen that right, I think we did not crit. So we only have like 90% crit rate, which kind of sucks because look what happened. God damn it. But I want to use the second skill now. And we're going to go versus that Tiamat, most likely. Okay, you do you, Tiamat. Oh, she's actually pretty low. I'd rather attack Freya instead. She's like the tankiest out of all of them now. Yeah, not enough damage to kill her. And we had an increased attack, right? Yeah, we did. And we had a defense down. So maybe the damage on the second skill is lacking a bit. Because I was expecting to kill that Freya. Now, she might have pretty good stats in terms of survivability and all that stuff. But I feel like we got close to kill her. She wasn't on full HP. With Lattice, of course, it would have been a completely different story. At least the stun lands on her, though. But not on the others. Because you do need to kill somebody for that stun to actually proc, right? So that's basically the whole idea behind her. I think she can do good damage. The third skill seems pretty good in terms of the actual damage output, considering that the build is pretty average and considering that we don't have Lattice in her skills. Now, is this necessarily a must-get character? I really do not think so. Now, I might be wrong on it. It's something that we're going to probably have to just gradually test and see how she performs in PvE. But I do not see her as powerful as a Hoyan or as a Deating in PvE, at least not at the moment. And that's mainly because of what I explained at the beginning, the passives, nothing juicy happening in there. But either way, guys, let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. As usual, appreciate all of you guys watching. Do not forget to enter the giveaway. Make sure you guys subscribe to the channel. Let me know in the comments which one is your most favorite character in the game or your most wanted. I'll catch you all in the next one. Peace.